How can you guys safely have your dog meet other dogs even if they're reactive? So let's just say you got a new dog, your friends are coming over with their new dog, and you'd like to know how to introduce these two dogs successfully and most importantly, safely. Maybe you've tried a dog trainer unsuccessfully or you haven't found a way to do that you're comfortable with. Well, let's do that in this video. The thing is, guys, is if your dog loves other dogs, that's even more of a reason on how to introduce your dog correctly to other dogs. You don't want to change your dog loving other dogs. Some of the most friendly dogs I've ever seen have become reactive because the meet and greets go wrong. I'm Tom Davis. I'm a celebrity dog trainer and world-renowned expert in canine behavior. And I travel the world helping dog owners just like you with their dogs. The only difference between you and the people who hire me and pay me thousands of dollars is, well, you guys didn't pay any money. Here are 5 reasons why dogs meeting for the first time can go wrong. Number 1, they are timid dogs who haven't met too many other dogs. Imagine being Bubble Boy and being tossed into Times Square for the first time. That's an absolute total culture shock. Number 2, you have a puppy. Puppies, in a way, are kind of like kids, and sometimes they don't know how to play or initiate play, and they need to learn how to do that. If an unknown dog comes up to their space, it could be absolutely terrifying for your dog. And also, puppies are fragile and weak, and they just really don't know how to handle themselves. Number 3, they may have had a bad experience in the past. Maybe your dog has been bombarded by those damn off-leash dogs and their trust is damaged and their confidence is non-existent because of this, which is very, very common. Number 4, dog owners just let their dogs run up to you and all dogs for that matter. And this is the best way to have a meet and greet go south. Not to mention it's rude and dangerous. Don't be that person. Ask for permission before your dog meets anybody or anything. If your dog goes up to meet every single other dog, it's just not a good vibe. Don't do it. Number 5, your dog doesn't take the meet and greet process slow. They just wing it and hope it works out. This could be totally fine if you have a friendly dog and there's nothing wrong with it, but this video is on how to do it properly, which is why we're talking about it. Your environments also matter a lot. Don't let dogs meet in another person's home. There's bones, there's food, there's toys, there's possessions. That could be dangerous. Now you know the why meet and greets don't do well. Here are 5 tips on how you can help meet and greets go well. Ask for permission to have your dogs meet. For the love of Scooby-Doo, guys, please ask for permission. Most people don't even think to ask because they just assume. But guys, not 100% of all dogs are gonna wanna say hello, and you have to be respectful. Number 2, chain link fences. This is by far the safest way to introduce new dogs to another. If you have a puppy or an adult dog and you just don't know how things are gonna go, use a fence. But my suggestion is to drop the leashes and let the dogs be dogs. And guess what? If it doesn't work out, you're safe and you can just walk away from the situation. This is my favorite way to go for sure, and that's walking in tandem. They don't face each other right away. They don't sniff each other right away. They just walk with their humans. And the purpose of this is you have a neutral dog who's neutral, or you have just an excitable dog, but they're trained. You don't want to get a dog that's going to be out of control. So this really wouldn't be applicable if you're like, I'm going to go do what Tom says and walk in tandem down our road. If the dog is crazy, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, bananas, that's going to actually do the opposite. When you guys are doing this tandem walk with other dogs, you want to make sure that you're doing it with a calm, neutral dog. And as you guys progress, you just slowly get close. You go on the dog's terms. If things look awesome and they're ready to play, or maybe they're excited to go say hi, go for it. Or if not, revert back to step 2 for extra safety. But remember, remove all resources that you can. If things are going great outside of the home, that doesn't mean you can transfer right inside the home. Remember, pull all water bowls, toys, food, or maybe even beds up off the ground so they don't have any resource guarding issues. If you're unsure if your dog is gonna do well with another dog, you can still be around. You can still do things with your dog. You can still go for hikes and meet for coffee or simply just go for a walk. But ask anybody who professionally handles dogs, even at the Upstate Canine Academy. We are constantly having reactive dogs come into the facility, working around one another, but they're not meeting, and that's totally acceptable and totally okay for you guys to do. There is so much power in not setting your dog up for failure. And you don't have to go home. If you have great communication and training with your dog, you can totally be around other dogs without having them meet. That is neutrality, and that is totally normal if your dog doesn't like other dogs and you don't want them to meet. That's okay to do. The problem is most dog owners don't have the fundamental principles to go outside with their dog, period. So it just makes it challenging and frustrating when you have a dog that really doesn't doesn't care for other dogs and you have an out of control dog. I even made a sign with a hoodie on it one time that said this. And so guys, I get it. Thank you guys for watching so far. We're gonna get into the most important pieces of this video next. So if you're unsure of how your dog will do with another dog, you have to have good foundation. And in order to have success with any dog, you should know how to do heel, place, down, break. These are the core foundation things. It doesn't matter what you want to do with your dog. If you don't have these foundations, you're not going to be successful. And I want you guys to be successful. So if you want to be in a great place with your dog, I have a Kickstarter course that you guys can get $100 off right now by using the discount code YouTube right here. And click the link in my bio to get it before the code expires. But guys, that's a great video if you guys want to know, where should I start, Tom? I just got a puppy or I just got a new dog. And you might be watching this video because you're a dog nerd like me, or you've maybe had some bad experiences with meeting new dogs. And I just want you to know, guys, that this is normal. Dogs are animals, and like humans, we don't like everybody. You might find that dogs actually don't want any new friends, and again, that's okay. Work on yourself and your training with your dog, and that's totally perfect and totally okay for you to do. Or you guys can work with me in person if you want to take the highest notch that you possibly can, finding peace and happiness with your dog training. You guys can come hang out with me at my Upstate Canine Academy, and I guarantee you that I'm going to give you guys the skills and a bright new perspective on how to train your dog. All of that information will be linked in the description. Now we're gonna go on to homework. It's my least favorite part of school, but my favorite part of dog training. Make sure you guys take things slow. Even if your dogs do like other dogs, it's responsible for you to have good manners around other dogs because you're just unsure of how other dogs are gonna do. And or if your dog simply doesn't like other dogs, no need for new friends. Again, that's totally okay. But if you're unsure, use that chain link fence. The other bonus tip that I'm gonna add in here, guys, is muzzling your dog. If your dog is unsure of other dogs, your dog has a tendency to maybe be aggressive or even correct other dogs or whatever. I just think there's this misconception that muzzles are for dogs who are man-eaters only. And the reality is some dogs have a hard time acclimating to other dogs, and they have a hard time getting along with other dogs, and it takes them a little bit of time. And of course, you're hanging on to the leash and you're getting nervous and you're saying all the wrong things and you're giving your dog pressure and you're setting them up for failure. And you're trying to make this work, but you're making it worse. Don't forget about muzzles. Muzzles are a great tool to acclimate a dog safely. It's the ability to put something on a dog to make sure things go 100% safely. Now, if your dog reacts and they snap and they correct another dog, that's not the end of the world. That is actually normal dog behavior. It's encouraged in my house. I remember when we brought my big goofball puppy home and Lakota corrected him a couple of times. He learned really quickly what appropriate behavior was and what wasn't, but most importantly, he understood how to read dog behavior. When you're a puppy and you're hanging out with other puppies and mom is just milking and feeding you with her milk and basically just giving you her belly, it's tough for dogs to really learn boundaries. It's tough for dogs to learn what canine behavior is, and sometimes that natural correction from other dogs is important along the process. So again, don't be afraid to muzzle condition your dog and go into a situation with a muzzle just in case. It's my passion to help you guys, and if it's been helpful for you guys, consider subscribing to my channel, and maybe in the comments just let me know where you guys are from. And also, I'm going to be in Netherlands this fall and Nashville this fall. All of the tickets and information is linked in the description below.